Math Fair Blues, written by Sue Kassirer, illustrated by Smath. Talk about problems. Mine was called Math Fair, and it was just 3 days away. Guess who didn't have a project? Me. Neither did my friends. We were too busy with our new rock band, which gave me an idea. Could our band do a concert at the fair instead of a project? I asked Mr. Wall the next day. You know how you said that rhythm is kind of like math? I sure did, Seth, Mr. Wall said. He thought hard. Okay, you can play, but you still have to do math projects. Our first real concert. My friends were excited too, but not about the math projects. The only one who didn't moan was Dana. Why would she? She gets all A's in math. After school, we rehearsed at Dana's. What will we wear? She asked when we were done. And what about a name? Dana was right. We needed a name and a look. We also needed a math project. Why don't we have pictures or t-shirts printed up with cool pictures, said Joe. That would cost a fortune, Harry said, practicing his bow. I know, said Dana. We can print our own shirts with this kit I got for my birthday. Everyone just bring some white t-shirts over tomorrow. And ideas for designs, I said, and for math projects, added Dana. Yeah, we all said. The next day, we started practicing on old shirts. It was good, we did. Harry's guitar came out looking like a vase with a flower in it. Joe got more paint on the shirt she was wearing than on the one she was painting. I'm discouraged, Dana said. Let's take a break. How about a snack, said Joe. Peanut butter and jelly always helps me think better. It did help. Suddenly, Joe cried out, I got it! She washed the empty jelly jar and dipped it into the red paint. Then she pressed it onto her shirt. Abracadabra, a perfect red circle. Hey, Dana shouted. We could use other jars too. Bigger ones, littler ones. Why only use jars? Harry said. Look at all this stuff. We can print lots of shapes. Triangles, squares, rectangles, whatever we can find. Well, not quite whatever, said Dana, running over to me. Whoops! I had picked up her mom's best crystal vase. Look at this, said Dana. She was making a nice, sharp print with a yellow block. It was just the shape I wanted, a rectangle. But I knew Dana. She'd be using it forever. Aha! I spotted a little plastic dollhouse. The bottom was the same size and shape as the block. Plus, it had a great handle. Harry kept muttering, triangles would look cool, but I can't find a triangle shape. We all helped him look. It wasn't easy. The stuff we found was too big, too breakable, or too bumpy. Dana saved the day. Look, she yelled, this candy box is perfect. It was perfect. Harry used the top for green triangles and the bottom for yellow, and we all got to have another snack. Hey, look, cried Joe suddenly. She drew a line across the square, from one corner to the other. 2 triangles, she said. Am I a genius or what? Shapes were hiding out all over the place. Finally, we were done, and ask anyone. No fancy printer could have done a better job. The shirts looked great. They're all different, Dana said, but they all go together. We got up early the next day for our dress rehearsal. We sounded really good, and Dana's dog made a great audience. We were walking to school when it hit me. Oh no, I said. We forgot about the math projects. Uh-oh, said Harry and Joe. Too late now, said Dana. I just hope Mr. Wall still lets us perform. But that morning, Mr. Wall had his mind on something else, a surprise quiz in math. Just my luck, I thought. My worst subject. I have no project and now a test. But guess what the test was on? 2D shapes, just like the ones on our shirts. The 4 of us winked at one another. Guess what again? I knew all the answers. Next thing we knew, it was time to set up the math projects. Let's get out of here, Harry whispered. Mr. Wall might forget about us if he doesn't see us. Quickly, we made a beeline for the auditorium. We hid backstage until our big moment. Finally, the curtain opened. Welcome, said the principal, Mrs. Phillips. Before I present the awards, we have a special surprise. Our own student rock band. She looked at us. We forgot to name the band, Joe whispered. On top of forgetting the math projects, said Dana. Someone had to do something quick, so I grabbed the mic and called out, the 2D Rockers. The audience clapped like mad, and we began to play. They loved us. The clapping went on and on and on. Mrs. Phillips had to shush everyone so she could give out the awards. As soon as we sat down, I stopped feeling like a rock star. I was a regular kid again. a kid with no math project. I got really nervous. I didn't hear a thing until Mrs. Phillips said, "And now for our last reward. It's brand new, and it's for the most artistic math project. It goes to the 2D Rockers for their T-shirt math project." Math project? Award? Us? We couldn't believe it. We had won an award in the math fair. The audience yelled, "Encore! Encore!" So we played again. And one thing was for sure, the 2D Rockers were in great shape.